All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFW Shed Sessions
Yes, sir.
Podcast. I'm your guy, Lucius, by the way of Loophole Beats. Got my good brother, J Ell Groove,
Tis I.
where he keeps it grooving and always staying in the pocket, because that's what he do in the mothership, I believe.
That is what I do.
Yeah.
That is what I do.
Yeah, we also got the Professor Mel Will.
Hey.
She just saved my life like 3 seconds.
Man,
My eyes was
Lou had a whole mental breakdown.
Yeah, man. I had a mental breakdown. My eyes was just not.
Eyesing.
Yeah, it wasn't eyesing. It wasn't cool.
Lou, open your eyes, baby. I can tell you don't wear contacts.
Not at all. I tried that. Operating.
Eyes wasn't eyes.
They're like, you all right, brother? Hey, man, I'm not emotional.
Happy to help, Lou.
I just have a random burning in my soul of my eyes.
Oh,
I'm glad you
I'm
finished
glad
that.
you finished that. I was about to say, whoa. That's
I was like, come on, Lou, keep talking.
That's a
Keep
lie.
talking. Say some more.
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
drops for that.
Man.
No drop for that, nah.
Ain't no drops for that.
Yeah, we got it together, though. I'm good.
Ooh, that was about to be a disaster.
Man.
That's another episode, Lou.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that in the next
Yeah, we just gonna do one episode, just
Man, we're starting early. This is early.
eyes and soul eyes.
We're starting early, man.
Yeah.
It's probably because of the guests we got.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
this
You already-
this energy is different.
Yeah, it's different, man. Just one brother. So we got a good guest brother here, musician, artist. I knew him when he was playing bass and a lot of things.
Man,
We got the good brother Mark Ayers.
y'all clap it up for him one time. Yeah, man. You talking about when he played bass, man? I knew this guy. I knew this guy. Like he had a mini fro.
Oh man.
I knew mini fro. Mark. We called him something different. I don't know if we can talk about that. We called him something different back then.
I knew
You
him
know.
when he was singing.
Yeah, well, he's still kind of singing. but-
No. When he first started out.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, he was in a group, huh?
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
I have a question.
Oh man.
Man, yeah, man.
You knew it was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
come.
we digging in.
We do our research here on DFW Shed Sessions, baby.
We digging in tonight. We take you down memory lane, brother.
Oh man, Mark Ayers Jr. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. How y'all
Yeah.
doing, man?
Yeah, we straight,
Doing good,
straight over here.
Glad to be here, man.
My eyes are much better.
So it did work. All right.
Honestly, bro.
It's called Deliverance, people.
Come on.
Yeah, boo.
That's what's up, man. We glad to have you, man. We glad to have you. So we didn't discuss this, but we're very selective about the guests that we have on here, man. And we'll just go ahead and get this out because I'm sure the foolery is about to commence. But we'll just go ahead and get this part out the way. We didn't discuss this when we asked you to come, but it's not just simply you being here. We also want to give you your flowers.
Not real.
We don't have real
Not
flowers
real
to give you, but
I
Not
was
even
saying
not
people-
even the fake ones.
I like seeing people expression when you first said it because they be like,
you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, in the budget, we can have
Yeah.
naked women to come out and give flowers, or men, depending on what you're into. But
oh,
My mom.
okay.
but nah, man. We're
Mighty flower break.
You
flower
want the flowers?
flowers and deflowers.
Okay.
But now,
Trying to
man,
take it to the next level.
We're actually fans of yours, not just as an artist, but as a person. You're definitely a dope individual, man. We appreciate what you bring to the community as an artist, as a man. And we look up to you, we follow you, man. And man, you've done a lot. You've made a lot of moves. You've man, like even on the boss level, because like even just being a band leader, band director, all that, like some people don't look at it as deep. It's like, bro, like we give people jobs. We put money in people's pocket. We give people platforms. We really do a lot for other people on top of what we do. And you being in your position, you've done that for a lot of people, man. So we just appreciate you, man. And we just want to let you know you dope, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And we really appreciate you having being here today, man. It's an honor for us to, for you to take time out your busy schedule, and just come kick it, chop it up, us up with us real quick. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Already,
it's really good to hear, man. I think it's a wrong. There's a wrong facade that's out where people say men don't have to hear. Congratulations and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that it always feels good when I hear anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate it, man.
Already, man. I mean, and that's actually good that you say that. Just even us as men, man, we got feelings too.
Yeah, we got feelings too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't got feelings
we
too.
We want to hear a good job from
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Especially when you actually are doing it, when you put a lot into what you do. You feel what I'm saying? You want to know that at the end of the day, because sometimes we ask ourselves, man, is it worth it? Am I really doing anything outside of getting a check or whatever? Like, is it, you have that thing where people don't really know their purpose, what they trying to do and stuff like that. So, like, when you get that, even if it's just a subtle pat on the back, when you get that, sometimes that just push you forward just a little bit more, make you want to, keep doing what you're doing. But that's what's up, man.
Yeah, so I want to kind of start from the beginning. So when you first started in music, what was the first thing you was doing? Was it singing, playing the instrument, or where did it start? Where did it start at?
It was playing first. Of course, we all start on drums.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I had a cousin he's really cold, where I saw him playing all the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play.
We talking about Ramon?
Yeah, Ramon.
Man.
So so like he taught a lot of people around the metroplex.
He didn't teach me.
And
by the way.
But
I'm salty.
In the midst of me playing drums, I was playing like trombone.
Oh, okay.
Violin, guitar.
Oh, I missed that.
I played all of that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying first. So like I had my grandpa bought me a guitar when I was real little. And so I was playing those things. But then got in the drums and then went through the whole thing where you got kicked off the drums.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Everybody been through them stages.
Man, listen.
When my cousin started playing keys, that's when I really started playing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I played for the choir and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
And I started playing just for offering and all that type of stuff. You know how it go. And so once I learned,
it started offering, bro.
Right.
Yeah, like when it was time to do it when it was offering time because everybody there. And, that when church used to be packed.
Yeah, you felt like that was your best spotlight, boy, at the time.
Especially when it's visiting churches and then they let you get on.
Time to show out.
But when I was dragging and stuff, my uncle be like, "Hey, get out."
Yeah.
But
pick it up.
Right. But then I got pretty good at it, and then I got bored with drums, and so. My dad, he used to play. He played bass and everything like that, bass, guitar, keys, all that. And so I used to see him play all the time, and so that intrigued me to play, because I was around him and Keith Taylor and just all those great players, Left Hand Kevin. I was seeing all these guys play, and so I asked my dad. I was like, "Can you teach me how to play?" And he was like, "Are you sure you want to play?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to play." And so. This one we had the church in Midlothian. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so we were playing. So my dad said, "Well, I'm gonna teach you the basics. That's all I'm gonna teach you. The rest of them you gotta learn on your own."
Yeah.
I didn't know that's where you learned that. I thought it was before that.
Yeah, that's where I learned it. So here's the crazy thing about it. My dad taught me. We were practicing for like a month, and so he taught me like the shout, the boom, 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 da, da, da. So he taught me that. He taught me this like a scale that I still put in music today, and it still sticks out. And when I play it, people be like, "Oh, that's killing," but I still play that from back then when he showed me that. So I was practicing for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And every week I would come to church. I was like, man, I want to bring my bass. I want to bring my bass. So then one day, my dad, and what people don't know is my mom played bass too.
Oh.
No
Yeah,
way.
that's what people don't know.
No,
Come
sir.
on, man.
My
I
mom was a
never
cheat
knew
code.
that.
My mom can play. My mom could play bass too.
Oh, nice.
Man.
Since
Yes.
when? There's no record or
see,
nothing.
So yeah, she used to play at the house all the time. She could play. Like my dad taught her.
The lies you tell.
Bro, my mom could play. She used to
Uh.
play. So
Wow.
you know, mom play keys. You see her play keys.
Yeah, I
before.
seen Aunt Margo play keys.
So she could play bass too.
Oh, okay.
So we were kind of learning at the same time. So we would just be there learning everything. But then, so that whole month, I'm learning. And so I remember one week, my dad was like, I think you ready. So he brought me this red bass, and he still got it at the house. It's red bass, 4-string. I don't even know, it's an off-brand name. But I thought that thing, back then, I thought it was a goddamn Marcus Miller. Guarded that. I ain't have no case for it or nothing.
You just show with the bass.
Bro.
Naked.
Bro, the first
Nothing.
Sunday I walk in church with that mug, bro. No nothing. And everybody was like, what you doing? What you doing? Man, bro. They started shouting out. Boom, 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 boom. They was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So then I was already like, I was musical, so I could pick up stuff.
How old were you at around this time?
I was like 14.
Okay.
So, because I stopped playing drums about 12. Yeah, so now I started playing bass at 12.
Okay.
I stopped playing drums about 9, 10, like really heavy like that. I was still playing church.
And y'all gotta understand the family that he comes from. Like
Shout out.
like the Ingram family, man, is like the whole freaking family, man, is just like musical beast, man. So I'll say this when I somewhat came up with I came up with Mark. We were in our church's fellowship with each other. I went to Progressive Church of God in Christ. He went to El Bethel Church of God in Christ, and we was right around the corner from each other. We fellowship with each other, and in that time, 80s, 90s, in that time, man, it was two families that was running.
Running Dallas, really.
As far as church is concerned, Ingrams and the Taylors. If you were a Taylor, you could preach and play. If you was Ingram, you can sing, preach, play, whatever. One was the light skinned version, the other was the dark skinned version. You know what I'm saying?
Light skin versus dark skin.
Okay. I forgot about them. I forgot. And so it's like. And it's like, you wanted to be a part of one of those, you know what I'm saying? So, me, my mom, she wasn't born and raised in there. My mom is, neither one of my parents were born and raised in Dallas. My mom is from Georgia. My dad is from Mississippi. They came to Texas. They made sex and had me. You know what I'm saying? So then, when my mom, my
if
mom,
you think about it,
you know what I'm saying?
Made it.
When my mom joined, whatever, of course, here I come, and I'm seeing both of these families, man. And like your family, like whenever y'all would come to Progressive or anywhere y'all went, man, we just knew, man, El Bethel is about to. Yeah. Because again, like, and then what's crazy is like, you go to them churches and you had the choirs and stuff. And back then, choirs were super huge. But you'll have like a lot of them couldn't sing, a lot of them couldn't play. It's like, bro, can everybody at El Bethel sing? Everybody,
But
the
then
usher.
you have to realize that our family is so big. So every part of the church,
But I'm gonna tell you, because and for those that don't know, Professor is my cousin, my blood cousin. So her mom and my mom play a vocal part, the part with how those vocals sounded.
Let me find out Mama Dimple play bass too.
Rehearsals,
if I ever.
and Mel can tell you, rehearsals used to be like
brutal.
Cats think that this tour rehearsal and all that was
brutal.
I remember her mom used to say, because her mom used to be the head, and then my mom was the director.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dimple
and
Williams,
the vice
by the way.
president. So her mom was the president. My mom was the vice president. So the thing about it is, her mom would say, if you don't know the top 100, you remember your mom saying, you cannot sing.
You cannot sing.
You have to know the top 100 that was and so that's one of the things that stick with me. Shout out to Aunt Dimple.
Yeah.
That
Shout
when
out
I tell
to
my
mommy.
team at the church, like, you need to make sure you know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And people.
So you took that with you,
I
like,
took it all,
wow.
every church
Cool.
I've been to.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That teaching that my mom and her mom, when I saw that, just sitting on the pew when I couldn't play, because my cousin was playing when he was super young. But going to those rehearsals and seeing that and how rehearsals was conducted, I took it to secular. I took it to wherever it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
so let me ask you this. Growing up, right? So you got your mom and my mom, but I know they had an impact, but the embarrassment dealing with granddaddy, right?
Oh, yeah.
How did that affect? Like, how much does that have a bearing on where you are now?
Back then, you think everything is bad when you're a kid, but when you grow up, like, a lot of that stuff made you. Like, I'm tough, man.
Yeah.
I got thick skin.
Yep.
Like, I done seen people get rebuked in church. I done seen all of that. I done got clown. I left the church for a while. My grandpa ain't mad. I came back. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And all that. And I found out, like, a lot of that stuff was like, man, he made me. Like, and a lot of private conversations we had.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like all of that stuff molded me. And not even just musically, but like with character and integrity and all of that, because there's not, and it ain't nobody that can say, oh, Mark don't dash out on the gig. Like, if I call him, he not gonna show up, or this and that. Like, can't never say that. Like, my name is gonna be.
These are facts.
If I can't do it, I can't do it. But if I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. Even if I got whatever I got hell going on at the house or whatever I got. But like a lot of that stuff was like, man, at first it was like, dang, man, but it built me. You know what I'm saying? So the way they ran rehearsals and what my grandpa expected, like, he wanted stuff to sound a certain way. And now he wasn't like no Maddie Moss or nothing like that. Her mom and my mom was.
They were.
Because that was the era.
My grandpa
Gonna throw stuff at you.
Right.
No, seriously.
My grandpa was just happy to see everybody doing their thing and it's going together and seeing his.
Because this is his offspring.
Yeah. His lineage. Yeah.
And like I said, not just doing it, man, but y'all perfection, man. Y'all did it well. And whenever El Bethel would come around, you could see, for lack of a better word, the fruits of y'all labor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could, like, it showed. And what's crazy to me is, like, because I grew up that same way. People being hard on you, tough on you, whatever. And now while I feel like some of that still, well, some of it could have been done better, but even with how we came up, they were only doing what they knew.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. They were only doing what they knew.
That was learned from
Right. But at the same time, like you said, you grow up and you take that and it molds you for later on. Because if you've ever been to like one of my practices, I do that over again.
Yeah.
Do it over. Okay, we're gonna take this one bar and we're gonna run it over and over and over again until we get that bar right. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then that translates to the stage, right? And then now you get hired again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what I was about to say was, but it sucks that you have to be so PC now with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to say people become soft. Yeah. But it's like it's just it's just certain things. It's like bro, like no, that's gonna make you better. Yeah. That's gonna make you better.
You know, this new wave that's going on, and and people know I'm gonna keep it real. You know, but
please
the new wave is like, cats don't want to rehearse. Like, I don't know where the heck that came from. Yeah. Like, nobody want to rehearse. Like, I want to show up at the gig, and it's like, that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
It's just, it's weird. Like,
not if you want to be great. Yeah, if you want to be like, but along with that, a lot of people, I think a part of that is because if we talking about like what's happening now, people praise mediocrity so much.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? People praise mediocrity so much. Like people who are like legit mediocre. And I'm not talking about potential because a lot of those people who I see are mediocre. They can I can see, yo, you could be like, you actually have the potential to be way better than what you are. But you know, somebody get on stage and they'll be hella mediocre, and then like the crowd is going crazy, and I'm like, that's what y'all.
Yeah, that's what y'all on.
So I think a part of that is. Like I didn't have the opportunity because again, like you know, like we were talking about, bro, we got kicked off the drums. We get like I couldn't play for Offering. I couldn't play for Sunshine Band. I couldn't play, you know what I'm saying, until I got better. You know what I'm saying? And so you have the praising of mediocrity, and then you also have the sense of entitlement. I think those are things that contribute to why people don't want to put a certain amount of work in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, you see all these people getting accolades over being mediocre, and I think self-consciously a lot of people think, okay, oh, well, I mean, I ain't got to do that much then. When they really don't realize the people that they see at the top, at the tippity top, like, bro, they're putting in so many hours. You know what I'm saying, on their craft, the stuff that you don't see, the blood, the blood, sweat, and tears that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? And I, you know, people don't see that part. People don't see the getting fussed at. People don't see the getting kicked off the drums. People don't see, you know, not only do people not see it, people barely do it now. You know what I'm saying?
And so, they can't handle it.
Right, so I think that kind of attributes to the whole, you know, people not wanting to rehearse and stuff like that.
You know, I think the gift and the curse was the pandemic. So you had everybody, you know, you had some of us that was just like, oh, I finna capitalize on this. We ate during the pandemic, like for sure. Like, but I think, you know, it came to the part where people just were recording services, and so if there wasn't a time bracket, so people was able to play 5 church services. They was pre-recording and stuff like that. They wasn't having to rehearse. They weren't having to do this. They weren't having to do that. So I think it carried over, and it's just like when I hear people say that, now there are some gigs where you don't have to rehearse. The level of you know, just the level of who you got on your squad. But you can't say, I remember Cat, we was doing a live recording or something. And he was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "You good with this amount?" He was like, "Yeah." And then I said, "Well, we're gonna have one rehearsal on this day. We're just gonna do the whole. Oh, if you add a rehearsal, I'm gonna have to charge." I said, "What? What you mean? Like, you think you're gonna be able to play like you think you Sean Martin or something? You just listen to it and play or something? Like, no, that's not how it works." So I just think it's just kind of getting to that point where, and I hate it because it's the younger guys, it's the younger cats. You know what I'm saying? I think our generation, our age group, we know what comes with it. Like, you know, if you got a big show coming up, I don't care if you're doing it outside at 7-Eleven. If you know we got a show coming up, a
car wash,
we finna put some time, at least a rehearsal, bro.
Yes.
And like we gonna listen to I'm gonna send you the music. We're going to have this much time. And then when we come together this day, know the music. Simple as that. Be professional.
Right.
You know? I think there's far as me personally, I think I call them differently. Like, I call them, like, I separate it. I'll call it like a shows and gigs. I think gigs is something you can just go and just do
cover
off the jump, off cover songs, whatever, which you may not necessarily need to rehearse because it's usually you get charts and all of that. Now, show, I feel like that's something that would need to be rehearsed, like if you're doing it with the artist or you're doing it with a band that they have their own little twist of how they play their own music, which in most cases seems like it would need a rehearsal.
Yeah, but even with that, even with that, to be able to do that still takes a certain caliber musician.
Oh, of course.
And going back to what I said earlier, that caliber musician has already put in all of that work to where I can to where all you got to do is just send me a set list. You know what I'm saying? And I could be trusted to do my due diligence, you know what I'm saying, once I get that set list.
But you know I think a lot of that is, you know, like just like he said, and then people are getting used to studying bad habits. So then you get you get blessed or get lucky. I'm gonna say lucky, you get blessed to get called for a major artist to pick you up to go on the road. You get kicked off because you taking these bags.
And that happens a lot too.
That
happens a lot.
It's a lot that comes across my desk where I heard he back home. Like, and that's what happens because if you don't want to rehearse now, you're not ready to go do 9-hour rehearsals on the road.
Right.
Like,
and I was about to say, with your ministry, were your rehearsals brutal because of your upbringing, or did you kind of like give?
I don't hold back. Like, it's my music. Like, I'm not holding back.
Oh, so
it's your baby. I'm not holding back. And some people can't take it. I remember one rehearsal, dude was stinking up the place, and I told him, like, dude, what you doing? Like, it was just bad. And he fell off the track. It was something else, and I was just like, dude, it's not it, bro. And like, I kept saying something. Now, I'm not just gonna come in on your head, like, but if I send out stuff, and you can tell. Like, I can tell if you didn't listen to
like, bro, I gave you this 2 months ago.
Like, I can you can tell, you can send out goddamn Never Too Much by Lucius. You can tell by the first minute if somebody know that song. The first intro.
That's definitely
and that's one of them ones too. Like bro, every band that I play that with, and I see that on the list, I say, yo,
we have to stop.
Which version do y'all do y'all play the record or do y'all come in different? I need to know that because I play the record. I know the record. You know what I'm saying? I know that off count. I know all of that. So which one are y'all doing? Because
that's how it goes with my stuff. So my stuff, when I first started making music, my own music, I always said, because some people were like, oh man, I know you finna have all these hits in it. Well, that's not how it was given to me. So the way I write my music is, oh man, my band can't make it this day. I'm going to Cathedral in the front room church. They ain't got a big band. They ain't got a great band. They can still play my stuff. You get what I'm saying? So smart. It's like, so that way, or I can say at the last minute, hey, Lucius, can you come play keys? I got to play tomorrow. I got to sing tomorrow. Lucius can put his ear to it. Oh, okay, I got it. 1, 6, 5, blah, 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 blah. He can come in without having to learn a bunch of it's cool to hear, and you really making that for musicians.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You making that for musicians. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying none of that stuff. And I do have some stuff that moves around more. And then when I compose for other people, I put everything in it. Like, okay, you want to go there? Let's do it. But for my stuff, if I have to call people at the last minute, oh, hey, you got to show at Six Flags. They want you to come, blah, blah, blah. Can you put a band together? Bet, I got you. It's 2 days away. Okay, I got it. Everybody come in there, and then it's not that hard.
Right.
So that's one of the things what I did. So I can here's the issue. Some people actually come together and play everything that's in the song. Now I do have little stuff in there that you have to play that makes the song. But I also use stems. But sometimes I don't. We can't use stems because the sound system bad.
Man,
2023.
That is
right.
In 2023,
that's like biggest headache.
Right.
If you didn't learn during the pandemic, but anyway.
That's one of the things, when people, because it's great when you have stems and playing with tracks, make everything sound full, but with dealing with, especially in a gospel or the gospel music world, church or whatever, like, I love to use these stems, but we got to find out what this sound system's going to be.
How I fixed it? I bought my own sound system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a whole setup. I'm talking about subs, everything. So I got
even for just one song.
Well, for one song, if I'm doing one song, I'm doing a track. So
okay.
I'm not gonna take a full.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if they say such and such gonna be in the room, or something,
yeah,
Kirk and Fred and them, then we gonna take. Like that. But no, if somebody called me to do one track, I'm in one song, I'm doing a track 9 times out of 10. But the thing about it is, I bought my own stuff. It took me a while, but I bought my own stuff.
You invested in yourself?
I invested.
That's crazy.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Invest in yourself.
I bought 2 tops for 1 bottle.
Invest
I
in
always
yourself.
had my own. I always had my own interface.
Invest in
Where
yourself.
I can take and I
Where's
take
my laptop?
my laptop everywhere, or I'll take my iPad, but that way I can split the channels,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So my band can have ears, all that stuff. So you can't catch me slipping.
Right.
But anyway, back to the with my music being simple, people would they get it and they kind of skim through it. Oh, I got it, and then it leaves it behind because there's some parts in there where you gotta play. And so that's I would see like, oh, you ain't listened to this song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even at my church, they like, why don't you do more of your music? I say, y'all don't want to do my music.
Yeah.
When I first got there, we did 2 songs of mine, and that's because the pastor requested it. And then I don't even think everybody was. They were there, but I used stems. But I said, y'all don't really want to do. No, we really. I said, y'all don't really want to do it because it's your baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it got to be right.
So you're gonna be.
And I'm gonna
more
act different.
able.
I'm gonna act different.
And then they see a different side of you,
They
and
see a
they
different
right,
side.
right.
So you can't. I don't know if you can take pause. I don't know if you can take all of me on that. Okay. So it's like that's my main thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I try to keep it balanced, but I can tell when people don't know the stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Right when they come in, I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
all right, let's go to something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that, man. So okay, so we learning bass. Let's go back a little bit.
Wait, I gotta tell you about the first Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, we shouting.
We shouted stuff. So then they went to a song and I played it. They did.
I was about to say, what song?
We did Jesus Be Offense.
Okay.
And crazy because my dad had taught me how to play it.
Okay.
That was one of the songs. So there's a lick that he taught me for that. Oh, it's a walk I gotta show you. So it's like a scale, but I played that in there. Everybody like, oh gosh. So I remember we was singing it that Sunday, and then people was like, oh man, you all right? Okay, you coming? Man, I came back that next Sunday, and like it's like I wanted to play so bad, like. It was like I was in my room and I missed them days because I don't have that hunger like that no more. I still let me say that I still play bass. Okay?
He does still play bass.
People always say, "Do you still play?" I play bass all the time. I do a lot of session work.
Yeah.
And when somebody called me here and there, a Jordan Con gig or whatever, I play
sat in with Funk Your Feelings
a
time or two.
Whatever.
You know
I
what
still
I'm
play bass. So let's understand that. I just play.
Still got the chops, brother.
Yeah.
Still play. Okay. I got an updated bass. All that stuff. I got
It's not outdated.
It ain't the real one.
Y'all can call me sometime for stuff. Maybe not. And I may come, might not. I don't know. But
can I just touch on what you just said?
Yeah.
And I say this all the time to people. I think I've said it on this podcast before. It is so important to get yourself to a position to where you can say no.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point to where and like I say, it ain't got nothing to do with, me personally, I don't think it has anything to do with like hunger or anything like that. I think it's just the fact we've gotten older, we've gotten wiser, and now we realize our money ain't good money, our gigs ain't good gigs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's best not to, even when it comes to like associating yourself with different people and stuff like that. It's like, I can't be on the stage with everybody. This is that and the other. Come on.
Some people call me, I'm not gonna play.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, same. Same. You know what I'm saying? So I think what you said is really, because of course this podcast is about giving game to younger cats and older cats who ain't caught on yet. But it's like it's very important to put yourself in a position.
Y'all better stop being stubborn, old people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Listen, because you stuck. You almost took me somewhere this time. But anyway, yeah. So you was in your room working on the.
Yeah, I was really like practicing like 5 hours a day.
Okay.
So
who was you listening to outside of the church?
I was listening to Sheree Reed. And then back then, I can't think.
I'm sure you was listening to Maurice Fitzgerald.
Maurice Fitzgerald. Yeah. Oh gosh, because it was with my dad. We loved it.
Did you have a Ken Smith?
No. My dad had a what was that?
That was the church bass player, magical.
And you know who the first person let me play the Ken Smith was Keith Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Keith, man. Legend.
And Keith. So what people don't know, Keith started playing organ.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we would go fellowship, he would say, "Come play bass." I'm like, "Are you crazy?"
Right.
With you,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
But then he would encourage me and do that. And like, man, he was like, "Yeah, man, keep going."
And such a
going.
humble dude, man.
Very.
And so I remember. So this how y'all know I watch. That's how y'all know y'all watch the show. I watch the show. I remember you was talking about Progressive on Sunday nights.
Okay.
So
Sunday
we used
Night
to
Live.
just come through like, bro.
That was the spot.
It'll be 8 bass players.
Oh yeah.
62 drummers.
Yeah.
62
Just
drums.
All in that little corner.
Man, just
Yeah.
man.
And everybody was crammed in that one spot.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real. We stand out. They had like this door on the side. We stand out right there on the door. But the thing is, that stuff grew us because like, and we just would like
Yeah.
it was enough music to go around.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
We would be in church for hours.
Yeah.
But,
And
They
mine,
didn't have no time limit.
and mind you, still had YPWW before that.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
And so it was a big thing, bro. Like it was like a big
So
thing.
they not
Yeah,
like,
man, the Kojic Church Chronicles, boy.
Yeah,
man, listen.
But no, like I was listening to Maurice Fitzgerald heavy, bro.
Yeah.
So my dad used to take me to jazz concerts. Boney James.
Okay.
All that stuff, man. So I had that side of it too. Like my dad was always say, like, here's the tone that you need to sound like. Here's the pocket you need to play with. Here's this.
So all this is before YouTube was even.
Man, we was at the concert with Lon Charles, and I was so hungry for it, and so like I think the first tour I ever went on was like 16 or something.
Oh, okay,
So
nice.
like I was accelerating fast. You know what I'm saying? I was accelerating because then what was happening was I was coming up at that time. Shout out to Nick Dace, Chris, rest in peace. Like we all was like playing at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all coming up at the same time. And so yeah, man, it was just a good time to just really.
You know, it's crazy when I first met. It was so you had Nick, Chris, Sam, and Destiny. Destiny song.
Yeah.
Destiny song. Sam he played drums.
Yeah.
But when I first met Nick and Chris, they were actually playing horns first.
Playing horns, that's right.
They were playing
Chris
horns.
Was playing saxophone.
Yeah,
that's right. People didn't know that.
Yeah. A lot of people because they So me and Sam actually went to elementary school together. That's how I met. That's how I first met him. Yeah. Then I don't remember how their family got in contact with Progressive, but they started coming to Progressive. They started coming to Progressive on Sunday mornings with their horns. That's how we met them. And they
had the horn section and everything.
Dude, like this was before bass and key, and they were cold.
Yeah,
they were cold, and for a while they would come to our church on Sunday mornings for a while, and it would be me and a lot of times me and Sam, we would just switch out on drums. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We would just switch out on drums. We let them play, and then like they left for a little bit. Then they come back with keys, and you know what I'm saying. So imagine you got me, Galen Taylor on organ, Nick on bass, Chris on keys. Yeah. George Davis on guitar, that would be the band for the house band for Sunday Night Live, and it's like that's what drew because it's like, bro, you have and I ain't gonna lie, I was like, it got to a point I was like, forget Alberto, we got this now, we them dudes now, you know what I'm saying? Because
never,
but you have to understand, you have to understand when it comes to our side of the track on that Kojic scene and musicians, man, you gotta understand El Bethel was the standard. El Bethel was the standard because back then your uncle he was playing ox, and then
get in my house.
he was playing ox, you on bass, Ramon on drums, then you have your auntie Bernadette, she was on the organ. Oh dude. Yeah. Like this, you have this band smashing, and they all related. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I have. Let me see if you remember this, Mark. It was my first concert, but you went with us, and it was downtown at the convention center. and the opening act was Kurt Carr. Do you remember who? I know it's so far back, and I have a reason why I'm bringing this up.
Let me think. This is when y'all had that group.
No, okay. So it was me, you, my mom, my dad. I forgot who else it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
What concert was it?
Was it the God dog it the commission?
That's right. Okay,
yeah.
so I saw
you were performing or
no.
there?
We just went to.
Oh, okay,
My dad is a big fan of commission.
Course, yeah. Shout out to
So right, so it was my first concert I ever went to, besides Convocation.
Yeah.
That's the whole concert by itself. But it was my first concert. But you went with us, and the twinkle in your eyes. Kurt Carr came out. I wish I was there. Mark literally leaped out of the seat. But they started singing, we lift our hands in the sanctuary. He said, oh, this is the sanctuary. And it was just the twinkle in his eyes. And I was looking at him like,
but I was super lit for commission, though.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, my dad brought me up on that,
and Fred Hammond was out there with his bass, and you could literally just see the sparkle in Mark's eyes. It was crazy. I would never forget that.
Wow, that was a wild.
I know. I would never forget that as long as I live. I think that I saw a different, cause I'm part of the younger cousins. But experiencing you in that fashion with your craft, you literally just saw the amazement. Like you were literally like a sponge that night. Yeah.
Now cause my dad, he was heavy commission. Like he played that and the Winans and man, Sunday mornings all the time. I know so many of these songs that like the Donald Lawrence and like the old Donald Lawrence and all that stuff. And,
Bible stories.
And Shaking the House. You remember the Shaking the House with all that stuff with Hezekiah walking on them people. But yeah, man, commission was really heavy in our house. Like, and I couldn't see back then when I was younger. I couldn't listen to a secular music.
That's right.
So when I got older,
you had to sneak. You had to try to sneak some of that.
But then when I got it in, I started saying, "Oh, okay." So my style started changing.
Yeah.
My dad be like, "Where you get that from?" I just,
heard it cross somewhere. Don't worry about that. Just
man. I know this is different. I remember when I met you. I forget exactly, but I remember. Okay, I'm gonna see if you remember this. This is crazy because I thought about when I told you I had the bass and didn't have no bag. I remember I had to play for Dennis for something he was having.
Okay.
And so I had called you and I called Forrest to play.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We at that small,
yeah. Man, that was a while back. I think I couldn't do it because I ended up getting the flu or something.
Was something.
Was this Big Lucius?
Oh, yeah. This was like 2009. This was way back.
I had just got a new bass that day. And it was still in the box. So I walked in with the box.
Wow.
Like literally in the styrofoam. I was like, I'm going to kill this mug. I drove up. Like I had already knew them from, I was like sheds and stuff. I had already knew they was good. But bro, I drove up at the church. I was late. I had to get over. I was late when I was younger, just all the time. But I pulled up and we was playing the Vashawn Mitchell Trouble.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I pulled up. I said, "Oh crap!" They was killing so hard. And D'Anthony was on Iwi.
Come on, D'Anthony.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's when us three, D'Anthony and Gump, that's when we used to play. I mean, we used to play house parties and we used to go to Profit Bar. It's like we literally did everything together, like far as playing gigs.
I think you mentioned you and D'Anthony on every episode
at
this point.
Yeah. When I say, I don't now it's different, but back then I was so nervous when I walked in there because they was playing every hit in the record.
Yeah.
So when I walked in, they were like, "What's going on?" Blah, blah, blah. You know, they was welcoming and stuff. And he was just Lucius like, "All right, let's go, let's hit it."
Yeah.
And so I had been practicing it. So I played the song, but I didn't play it like they was doing, but like they was. Back then I couldn't hear the small stuff in the song.
Yeah.
So they was playing every single, and I left that rehearsal. I never told them that. Oh, that's what happened. The gig got canceled.
Oh, okay.
So I never told him that to this day, but I was so intimidated.
Oh man,
like bro, cause like when you so
that's a thing, man.
That's
a thing, man. When you get around. Especially like the people that you look up to, the people that you've been watching, all that other stuff, man. That's a thing. You kind of get this knot in you. Yeah, it's like, all right, this the one I gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Cause Dennis had called me. He was like, how they sound, how the band sound. I said, man, they killing. And so he's like, all right, okay, we gonna do this, gonna do that. So, bro, I was so intimidated. And so, because I felt like I had shed it. I knew I was walking in there and knowing the music. But they was playing like all like the small intricate and the fast moving stuff. And then he wasn't like, man, come on, play it again. He was like, oh, let's play it again. It's this. So here's another thing you didn't know. He was calling out the notes. And at that time, I was just playing by ear.
Oh, okay, you didn't know.
So nobody,
you didn't know numbers or nothing.
Time, nobody knew that I didn't know my notes or numbers or nothing.
Yeah.
A long time. And so people just thought
that was the foundation of our family, actually.
And so
I mean, a lot of people, especially in church.
A lot of times. So when I started doing these gigs and stuff, it was like, all right, C sharp. And I'd be like, people don't know that I was just at the house and I learned it.
Yeah.
So, but when it would be an issue when I started showing up this stuff and they done changed the key. So I think that was one of the times for that because I think he had changed the key. And so I was just like, oh, crap. So I was there just fumbling. And so he was like, it's cool. Let's da-da-da-da. But I left that rehearsal so I felt like this. So I went home that
defeated.
Night. Man.
And now you're
come on.
And now you're undefeated.
Look, but I went home. No, that taught me, bro. I went home and I shedded my A off.
Yeah.
I said, bro, I'll never. And I was in some more situations.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't want to get caught like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. You learned from your mistake.
But yeah, bro.
Bro, I have an honest confession about that rehearsal. So meeting you the first time and hearing you play, I was thinking back in my head, like, this dude don't sound like he can really play.
Yeah.
But I didn't, but then fast forward, I think I saw you a couple of years later at a musical and you was smacking on bass.
Yeah.
And I could tell, I could saw the growth and how much you improved compared to then. Because I guess that was kind of like your beginning stages, I guess, when you came that.
Yeah, like the beginning. Yeah. You know what? Actually, it was a little bit after that. We had a shed. It was at some church in Fort Worth, like wherever. And we was playing something like he was calling out standards or something. I forget. We was playing that stuff, and we was playing, and then he was looking at me like, oh, okay. Like, I guess he can. Yeah. I guess he know a little something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that one of them. I just I replayed it in my mind. Like, bro, I was just really. I knew the song, and I forget. Yeah. I forget, like, I think he changed the key or something or whatever. And so that's what made me like, oh, crap. Like,
and so let's unpack that real quick for the people listening, right? Yeah. So you have a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you came in a situation with some better musicians or whatever, and you didn't you wasn't up to par. Yeah. You wasn't at the party, and Lucius just told you what he thought about that, right? But then you took that L. Yeah. You learned from that, and then you got better, and then the next time he saw you, he was like, man, I think it's important that when we see that, because there's this thing that I see a lot of cats do, and I'm not gonna talk about everybody else. I've even been guilty of it. Like, we'll see somebody on stage, especially a younger cat or whatever, and they folding and all that stuff, and then we talk, we ridicule, we do that stuff, and innately we kind of throw them away. Yeah. And like I said, I've been guilty of doing it too, and it's like, I want the people watching to understand. It's like, you don't have to necessarily give up on yourself. You don't necessarily have to give up on yourself when you get on stage and you fold. Now, what you do is you learn from that, and then you go get better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go get better, and then for the people, especially the older cats, the us's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we're older. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I think it's important that, like, you know, we don't be so quick to ridicule and, you know, throw them away. Now,
remember where you were.
Yeah. Now,
exactly.
I'll say this. And kind of going back to earlier. Now, if you walk in and you folding and you know you came unprepared, but then you still walk away from that gig and didn't learn nothing, and then at that point, you know, yeah, I can't use you, brother. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't rock with that type of mindset. Right. But then there's a lot of younger cats out here that aren't, I'm gonna say, you know, up there, but they're willing to learn. Right. And I think it's important that we pull those cats to the side, and it's like, okay, because even with us, like, getting kicked off the drums and all that stuff when we was young, the thing about it is they didn't throw us away. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I came up watching George, Broderick, Patrick, Ramon. You know what I'm saying? I came up watching, and then you know, of course, on, like, you got your Keith Taylors, you got your Rodney Taylors on. You know what I'm saying? You got Otis Bird. You know what I'm saying? You got you got all these. You on bass, your auntie, your uncle. You know, and. Like I said, what they did was, even while we was, you know, in church folding or doing whatever, they still, they said, you're not ready, but let me take you to the side and show you what you need to do. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give you these tidbits. Now go work on that, and then we'll get you back up when you ready. Yeah. And I think that's probably something we should work on going back to. Yeah. As opposed to, you know. Because, again, like I said, I've been guilty of it, as you know, seeing some cats on stage and then going straight to Facebook and like, yo, this, you know, these they trash and blah, 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 blah. Well, now, yeah, they having bad moments right now, but it's like, how about we do a little bit better at not babysitting or coddling nobody, not kissing nobody ass, not none of that, but just saying, okay, hey, bro, I see where you can use some improvement. Yeah. I've been where you trying to go. Let me help you.
But that person got to be willing to hear that too.
That's very true.
A lot of cats don't feel like they lacking.
Yeah, and that's why I said earlier, that's important. That, like, their attitude is just as important. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what's up, man. All right, let's move on this.
Yeah. So what is this thing called man of integrity? What is
men of integrity?
Let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
We do our research here on DFW.
I just knew it was coming up. Before we cap the last
I
thing,
will get there.
Before we cap the last thing, I remember back, like, the Prophet Bar and stuff like that. Yeah. When Sean, Braylon, them used to say, "Come play." And so, like, when I started playing with secular music, it was myself, Nigel, and Jay Sanford. It was all like the guys that was learning at the same time the secular stuff. And
it's so funny because that you just named a grown man list when it comes to bass. Yeah, that is a grown. Y'all.
And the thing is, like,
super solid.
We would be standing there, and, like, when it was time to switch or whatever. And RC them would be like, "Come play." And
like, y'all were much thinner than
we were much thinner. Especially that. But we were like, no, like, I don't want to, you know. But then, you know, we started getting, you know, they started building us up, and I remember Braylon would tell us, like, "Hey, this is what it," or RC would be like, "Hey, for the tell us stuff like that." But that was one of the things that built me as well. And I just play all of that stuff back. And them taking a chance on us when we were young like that. Yeah. And then giving us opportunities. Right. Because I remember the first time I ever played with Sean, and I felt like I was going to pass out. Yeah. I was that freaking nervous. Yeah. You know? Because I had heard horror stories like, "Oh, he go da da." And it was nothing like that.
Yeah, Sean real cool, man.
He's gonna expect you to know your stuff.
Yeah.
But he definitely would say, "All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, this is this, and this. I'm gonna show you this." And another dude that really blew me up was Daniel Jones. And then I ended up playing at church with him every week. That was crazy.
Oh, man, I bet it was.
So he would come off the Janet Jackson gig or something, or Justin Timberlake, and bring that to church.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we was at DC3. Him, me, Tayron on drums, Matt Puckett on guitar, Chadney was the worship leader. Like we was smackaroo every week. You know what I'm saying? But Daniel was like, he would get my mind game up, like my thinking, because he'll say, "Oh, we'll be playing something simple," and then he'll say, "Hey, if y'all know Daniel, he just got these ideas in his head. Hey, next we're gonna go 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6.
Right
Y'all ready right now?
Yeah.
Done. So you like, oh, y'all missed it. Let's do it again. We coming back. Come on, y'all. And so like their retention,
that push,
Like I started now, it's just like it's nothing. Like
right.
This next
that's
thing.
dope.
And shout out to Tree Taylor because he's the one. He came and sat in at one of our rehearsals one time when I had this group, and he came in and he was like, "Hey, I sat in the rehearsal. I could tell." He said, "You're really good. I'm gonna tell you that." He said, "But you don't know your notes." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "I can tell you just don't know your notes." So I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you your notes. I'm gonna show you your notes in 5 minutes. And dude showed me the notes.
Yeah.
Like I started sitting down when he showed me notes, showed me numbers, and that just elevated me. You know what I'm saying? And that was around when I was like, it was later, but that type of stuff elevated me, man. So that was like just crazy how it grew me with that. But this Man of Integrity thing,
because I got a question.
was myself, her brother Dwight Williams.
Shout out to dude.
And Jeremy Brown.
No.
What? No, listen. So there's a joke. We used to call Jeremy Brown all the time.
Why?
He used to be
'Cause
so
I've
mad.
never-
Well, because his mom had got married.
Oh yeah.
So so we say Jeremy Brown.
Okay.
And he used to be so mad.
Jeremy
name is
Wilson.
My name is Wilson. But if anybody knows, Jeremy Wilson is one of the dopest BGVs.
Yes, he is. I
That's
think he does.
That's background vocals for
yeah.
the people.
He does a lot of backgrounding for Miranda and all that. Yeah.
He's dude can sing, tone, and he's always been like that.
So why y'all
I
did
think we had like 2 gigs.
I was about to. Granddaddy used to take y'all with him.
Yeah.
But
okay, let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all this. I'm finna mess y'all up.
Okay.
So they had a group too.
Whoa, it ain't about us.
Wait. What was y'all group name? Y'all was English Singles number 2, right?
English Singles number 2.
So we had English Singles number 1. Y'all know that all our mamas, they was number 1. The English Singles number 1. They used to be big around the city.
Was something ABC? Was it
No.
Nah.
Am I
Oh, you talking about AVP? But that's.
Oh,
that was later.
AVP too.
Yeah.
So anyway, they had that's the group AVP. It wasn't English Singles 2.
No, it was English Singles number 2 for a minute, and then we turned it.
But AVP.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Holy Ghost.
We do our research here on DFW.
So
he said thank you.
now this is it's gonna tie in together. Okay, so y'all be ready.
Okay.
So Mel, them they used to have a group called AVP.
Mm-hmm.
We had a group called Men of Integrity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny, and that I always used to put on stuff. When I was young.
Yeah.
I put on our first concert.
Oh,
like
okay.
I don't even remember how I did, but I remember we had that one concert, and we used to always sing the song off of Prince of Egypt. Soundtrack.
I will get there.
I would get there. We sang that all the time.
Yeah.
And people just loved it. So then we did that at No Weapon. Like that was our set. We was blazing that set. That was our set. So I said, I want to do a concert. I told my grandpa that. He's like, oh yeah. I don't know. We showed up. It was a lot of people there. I don't know how we put this off.
Man.
But I was young being a promoter at that time.
Right.
Boy, it was just in your soul,
right.
bro.
Well, here's the part where AVP comes in. So they had their group. So I really think they want the outspin and they
don't disrespect us like that.
So they had their group and we had our group. So what happened is my grandpa used to go preach. He stopped taking the choir. He said, I'm going to take Men of Integrity. So he took us like 2 gigs. The first gig he took us, they was like hating and stuff. Man, what y'all taking in? So then I think he had asked them one time to go. and they didn't want to do or something.
Y'all didn't have no matching outfits though.
But then, this was really, we went the second time, and my grandpa took us to Williams Chicken after that. Bro, they was hating so hard, bro.
Because didn't nobody give us no Williams Chicken.
They was hating so hard, and I think I think this is the time where we had the concert, and they was just over there sitting there salty,
just
bro.
salty.
Because they was singing, you know what I'm saying?
Just salty.
We try to invite them in, bro, but they just, they want to do this.
Why y'all didn't last?
Well, nah, y'all didn't do no gigs. We did.
Y'all did. They got Williams.
Lucius did a concert and we got paid one time.
And they got paid.
We got $25 each, bro.
Oh,
it was a little.
In an envelope.
It was a little discrimination.
And back then that was not a thing.
That was safe.
Getting what I mean, just,
$25.
but I'm just saying getting paid. Period. That was not a thing.
Right.
We did. Listen, we was doing it for the glory and honor of God.
16, 15, 16.
Oh, dude,
whatever we was.
No, y'all was young. That was like middle school, maybe early high school. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you was getting paid.
Oh, that was $100.
They didn't believe in paying.
That was $100 to us.
Yeah. Now my question, because you know how you just. Whoa, you wait till I tell the girl cousins. No, you just opened up a whole can of worms. But my question, this is a good question, I feel like. So you know how we all are musically inclined. Everybody either play a musical instrument or sing or do both and preach or whatever, right? With your Mark Ayers music, right? First question is, how did you branch out from the name of Ingram? You know what I'm saying? So like you had Eva who was doing her thing, you had your thing, you also have the aunties who was still flourishing to this day. How did you yourself break out and say, you know what, I'm going to detach the umbilical cord.
Be my own brand.
And be my own brand, exactly. Like, how did you do that, and what came with that? Because I know at some point it could have been rivalry, it could have been a little, misunderstanding. How did you detach yourself from that?
Well, I never started it with that intent because I was really riding off the name that I built musically. You know what I'm saying? So I was back then doing stuff with people and traveling, and I was already doing that. So like once I was building that name, I was already building who Mark Ayers was anyway. So once I decided to do what I was gonna do musically, a lot of the people just kind of migrated over. It was like, let me see what this guy gonna do. Now coming out, and a lot of people, when you first come out, you're not gonna be sweet like that. You just kind of,
because you learn.
So you learning and stuff, and then trying to find my voice because everybody in the family can sing, right? So I was trying to find my voice. I used to sing back then, but like I just became just a musician, right? And so like trying to find my voice and what I was gonna do and what my identity was gonna be. And so I kind of struggle with it a little bit because everybody has powerful voices in my family.
Jesus Christ!
Like all of them, and it's like boom, it's
like sing,
not sing.
Like getting out of bed, it can lay down in the bed and can push. Like so, if you hear all of them, it's like and then with my upbringing, and then for me to just pop out and it's like, oh, this dude popped right onto the CCM scene. You know what I'm saying? So
that was you went in an area that none of us did.
Yeah.
Like nobody in the family went to CCM. And
it was just not even the family. It was DFW.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I'm not trying to say I was the first one ever done because honestly, if we want to be, for my account, Tim Clifton was the first one. Like he had been doing it for years.
Actually,
CCM.
Actually, if you think about it, I don't think I can argue with that.
Yeah,
when you go back,
no, Tim definitely had that lane by himself for years. And I when I came out, I wasn't trying to. No, I lie. I was like, man, I'm gonna make music for white people. I ain't gonna make music for black people. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, right.
But then when I wrote the music, it was really like crossing over.
Yes.
And so like then I was getting booked at Caucasian churches.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And then I found myself at like a Calvary or at this church, and it was just crazy how it was just manifest.
I wanna go back just a little bit, right? So you get a little bit older. When did you get into production? Because a lot, like even now, of course, just being a what I call an instrumentator. You know what I'm saying? You got the drums, the bass, a little bit of guitar and stuff like that. Even singing on the mic a little bit. But now we talking about, especially like in our era, because in a lot of situations, I would even go as far as to say, even me sometimes, right? Getting into the technical realm of musicianship, you know what I'm saying, the productions, the softwares, the Ableton and stuff that. We didn't have that. We didn't come from that, right? So what made you get into that part of the game?
When I was in college, I was at Howard Payne University. And, when I wasn't playing, because I played ball and stuff, football and stuff. But when I wasn't playing, I was creating music. So there was a guy that I met down there named Pat, and I don't even know to this day where he at. But it was him. Shout out to my guy Kevin Jacobs.
Yes,
he's
shout
a
out to
phenomenal
Kevin Jacobs.
singer.
Very much so.
Great writer, but and he actually lives in Turl. He's from Turl, and we just would hang out. It was him, and then I would hang out with my guy T.O. He was a rapper, and so we kind of would like just kind of dabble. It was some people down here on the football team that actually do music, not just making beats and all that, but it was like people that was musical. Yeah. So we kind of linked up
because there's a difference.
There's a difference, a huge difference. And so we just was linking up all the time, and like dude brought his stuff when it was Fruity Loops and Cubase and all that. So they was using that stuff, and I got intrigued. Like, oh man, okay, boom. So my guy Pat used to make crazy, insane beats. He was ahead of his time. So what happened is myself, him, and Kevin, we linked up, and that's where Futuristic Sounds came from.
Okay.
So
that's a great segue then, because
we started it at the college, and so he would make the beats on the Kevin would sing. I would.
So was Futuristic Sound like your first? And I'm talking about yours. Yeah. First group.
That was my first production. It was Futuristic Sound production group.
Production group. Okay.
So even I still use it today by publishing this FSPG Media Group. So but that was we started there. Okay. Like I was like, man, we should be. I literally said, let's call this Futuristic Sounds Productions, and we were just Futuristic Sounds at first, and then I said, let's put production, and they was like, cool, let's call it that. So us three would just be making music. I'll be playing. I went back home. I got my bass and all that, and then So we was using the 1000, the MPC 1000.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I really started at. So he showed me the MPC, the blue one. Yeah. And so I was like, okay. So he showed me that, and he was so cold with it. I think he went to go to the Marines or something. I forget. But we got on that, and so then one time they had like a talent show. So Kevin did the show. I forgot why I couldn't do it. I think I was gone somewhere. I can't remember, but he killed it. But he sung the intro, was crazy. Futuristic sounds, futuristic in the beginning of the song that we wrote. And it was so dope.
So that was like y'all dropped.
He dropped on that night, and so then people started knowing like, oh, that's Futuristic.
Oh, okay.
On campus. So then they used to have chapel. So then we would play. So that's where people start saying, oh, they had like they used to bring bands in and stuff like that. Well, at one point they did, and Dwight was down there by this time, and they had like a day where they had black worship. So, I forget, I'm thinking Black History, I don't know what it was.
Black Friday.
Right.
we played that day. Yeah. And everybody was like, yo, y'all play instruments. Oh, wow. So then we was playing at the church over there, around there, whatever, boom, 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 all that. So it just came into full motion. And then when we left the college, I transferred to another school to play ball. Kevin was still there, all that type of stuff. Didn't ever think we'll link back again. Well, I came back down here. and I was MDing for his sister, the lady that sang "I Told a Storm." You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Patricia Jacobs.
I was MDing for her, and then, and that's because Kevin called me.
Yeah.
Kevin ends up moving back down here. We linked up again. So that's when we started singing when I actually started the group Futuristic Sound.
You did a showcase, right?
Did a showcase with him,
Sherry.
Eva, and I had another singer called her name Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
just
did
put this
background
on.
vocals.
Yeah, you definitely did background on it. So yeah, I just came back with this idea like, oh, let me do a showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was Diddy back then, and
right.
I just was like, for me, I saw visions of stuff, sleep or whatever, and I just said I want to do it.
Well, I mean, apparently that started when
Come
you
to
was,
death row.
You was
Right.
you was throwing church concerts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, well, I guess you kind of like Diddy because you know y'all was the only one eating, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all was the only one getting Williams, wasn't nobody else getting Williams.
Right.
But that's what's up though, man. That's what's up. So and that's when Futuristic Sound was
that's
birthed.
when the actual production group was born.
Production. Okay,
Nice.
so when is Futuristic? So how did you take that? Well, I'm guessing so. That's how you took that and turned Futuristic Sound into a group.
Okay, so here's the thing about it. Futuristic Sounds. So she's right. I did the showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so I take this back. We were just Futuristic Sounds at Howard Payne. When we came here, the person I was with at the time, my son's mom, she said, you need to make this an entity. So I was like, she was like, no, you need to make it an entity. So I said, oh, okay. So at that time, I had started writing songs and everything. I just had songs. I didn't even know what I was going to do with them.
Yeah.
So she was like, make this an entity on paper, get your paperwork done, send it in, all that stuff.
Dope.
So then that's when it became the production group.
Gotcha.
So and then it became production group because it was the Futuristic Sounds by itself wasn't available.
Oh wow.
So we said, okay, let's just put production group on there then.
Okay.
So we did that, and then Futuristic Sounds production wasn't available, and then it said the thing came back and said, why don't you try Futuristic Sounds production group?
Okay.
So did that, and then I wrote up like a plan, like what all it covers. So I was like, it will cover recording, it will cover songwriting, it will cover this and that. So Futuristic Sounds was the entity, kind of like a BBE, 1500 band, Good People Click,
Another Groove project,
Demo Form Up in LA, stuff like that.
Right.
And I would just have the artist. The artist had the standalone name.
Gotcha.
So it would be Eva McCullough and Futuristic Sounds, Sherry and Futuristic Sounds.
Gotcha.
Futuristic Sounds was the band and the singer.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I had created it like
Heartbeat
come across
production.
like
Yeah.
But then every time we went somewhere, it wasn't like the name and they just say,
Is it
oh, Futuristic
Futuristic
Sounds gonna be
Futuristic
there.
Sound. Yeah. Gotcha.
So that's what it just kind of carried over like that.
Got you.
Like the Parliament.
The Parliament. Yeah. Man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
This is a dope conversation, man.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and take a pause for the cause. Go get your Kool-Aid and tea, and come on back.
You gotta pay some bills. Gotta pay some bills, man. We gonna be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Y'all, I finally did it. I finally finished my first ebook, From Overlooked to Overbook, the blueprint to a successful career as a musician. Y'all, I poured my heart and soul over this ebook, compiling information from many years of experience that I feel would be beneficial to anybody who's looking to level up their career as a musician. I got so many topics on there, 10 different topics on there, talking about EPKs, professionalism, the gear to use. Go over to my link in bio, check out my ebook, follow me as I give more daily tips in regards to this topic, to your future.
DFW Shed Sessions.
That's where we at.
Yeah, that's where
You
we
know,
at.
you know where you are?
Yeah. I'm about to say one word before the other. What I'm trying to get to
We need
is,
some more eye
This
drops
is the
over here.
second
y'all.
time.
No. My eyes are good. My eyes are good.
Lou,
I'm
this
great.
is the second time
Come
you done
on,
opened
man.
up.
I'm great.
And okay.
I'm good and I'm great and I'm great and I'm good.
Okay.
That's
I just
funny.
had
Got
a little.
something in your eye.
I just had a little mute twister around the corner of my
It's
tongue.
all right.
That's
But anyway,
funny.
so make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel,
Yes,
DFW Shed Sessions, because we believe this is a great thing that's going, especially for musicians and all of that. If you are a musician, music educator, even a sound engineer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we would love to have you and have some conversation. Talk about your life.
Talk about it.
What you been dealing with.
Venue owner.
Yeah,
we
man.
want to have all those conversations.
Yeah, tambourine.
Entertainment lawyers.
Yeah, tambourine players. I mean,
Nah,
we
Thank
got-
you.
No,
No,
they can
he
stay where
said
they
it.
at.
He said
Yeah,
it.
man. Hey,
Y'all don't give
y'all
us
know
enough
what
credit.
you got to think about tambourine players. They probably go through a lot, man, at church when they got to do all them tricks and stuff. You know,
Oh,
throwing it
Lou,
up and
That's
down.
that's why they're so
Lou.
vindictive
Yeah.
and
Lou,
mess
don't
up
patronize
services.
us like that.
That's
No,
why they're so
don't
vindictive and mess up
patronize us.
service.
Yeah.
You know, huh?
I seen a rubber boy player the other day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, washboard players,
washboard,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. They,
Hurt people. That's
yeah,
all I'm
man.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
so-
why they mess up the services.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
Hey, why I do that saying?
I don't know if y'all remember Sister James from Progressive. She had that rub board. She was professional.
Yeah. Well, let's get to these social media clubs. So, social media plugs. See, I'm on a work club.
I
I'm
ain't
just be-
part of no club.
my tongue twisted again, but social media plugs. There we go. So, brother J Ell Groove, where can we
Yes,
find you on
sir.
social media?
Man, you can find me pretty much everywhere. Y'all make sure y'all follow Facebook, Instagram, TokTik, and all those good things at J Ell Groove, or who is J Ell Groove. Of course, we got the conglomerate, Another Groove Project. Follow Another Groove Project, and then of course, you know, if you want to ride that funk train, go ahead and follow Funk Your Feelings. That's FUNKYO Feelings, and get at me if you need me.
Yeah, if you're in town, if his dude have a show, please make sure y'all get to the Funk Your Feelings Mothership show.
Ride the mothership, baby.
Cause they funky, man.
We are.
They call Funky Feelings for a reason.
Conglomerate.
Another Groove Project is
Wow,
definitely a
that's
conglomerate, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
pretty-
saying? You talking about merch, you talking about photography, you talking about
That's a
videography, you
big
talking
word,
about
man. I like that.
the Prince used a
That's
school
that's
word.
great word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a tycoon out here, man.
So, Professor Mel Will, where can we find you on the social media plugs?
You can find me on all social media outlets, Facebook,
Ooh,
TikTok.
the spirit is just traveling from place to place. Pillar to pillar.
Ain't no. I was about to say something, but that was not gonna go right. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can find me at Professor Mel Will, and it is on the screen. How you spell it? That is Professor Mel Will.
All right, and you asking me? So you can find me on social media.
Who,
In
me?
case somebody asks,
Hey,
you
man.
know.
Hey,
Amen.
Lou, where can we?
Amen. Like some walls.
Yeah. So,
You
So
say you ain't gonna let no rock cry out for you.
hey
huh?
man, no, not at all, bro.
Hilarious.
Hey man. So since you asked, you can find me on Instagram, Lou Paul Beats, TikTok, Lou Paul Beats. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. If you come across my Facebook, you might find some Mike Tyson memes.
Jesus Christ.
Every day.
Oh man, hopefully, I don't know if you're gonna find me now, but if you find me, that means I've done something. I became famous, and I'm probably gonna have a black eye. But anyway, so let's get on. So we have our guests, my good brother here, Mark Ayers Jr. So where can we find you on the social media plugs, and also your music, because you have some music out as well, I believe.
My social media handles are Mark Ayers Music. Instagram is _ Mark Ayers Music, but everything else is Mark Ayers Music, Facebook, all that. You can find my music on all digital outlets. Anything digital outlets is there. So
You ain't selling no CDs, bro.
man, it's funny
Man.
because CDs are kind of squeak it back in. That's funny.
Yeah.
Are you doing vinyls or getting into doing vinyls?
No. Nobody's ever presented me with the opportunity to do that. But if it comes, we'll do it.
Because I believe that's starting to become a thing like for
Man,
the past few years.
Yeah, man. I think vinyls are dope. I think once you get to a certain point, I think it like me for example, right? I said if it would be worth it if we got to a certain point to where I could come out with like a box collection set.
Yeah.
To have a CD, a vinyl.
Oh, that's dope.
CD, vinyl, a tape, like maybe like with a shirt and like come out like a box set and have all of that. I think that would be dope. But
the extra thing, no bootlegs, please. Thank you.
You gotta understand, like my marketing mind is on another level. Like even in that merch box set to have like a bootleg CD, will probably be like kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Like if like imagine Jay-Z like having like one of those bootleg CD with just some just writing on it and it's a bootleg CD. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like it's a market for everything, man. It's a market for everything, and I feel like somebody would buy it.
There's no rules right now.
It's really not, man.
You just gotta be creative.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, man. Just tapping into that creative mind. You know what I'm saying? I was talking. Somebody posted on Facebook the other day about merch. You know what I'm saying? And my rules for merch. Cause we do have merch over here at
we have merch too.
We do have merch over here at Funk Your Feelings, the part of the conglomerate. And so my rules for merch is simple, creative, and useful. You know what I'm saying? So of course the shirt is always useful, but is creative and stuff like that. But then it's like I got a really good friend of mine. She's into wine, and she's a singer. I'm like, yo, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to, have your own wine glass. For all of my herbalists out there. You know what I'm saying? Come out with put your QR code on a lighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put your QR code on the shirt. I'm seeing that wave now. A lot of people taking their QR codes, putting it on the shirt. So now you selling your shirt, and then people are scanning. Now that's the link to your music or your product or whatever. Yeah. It's about being, you know what I'm saying, useful, simple, creative. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Marketing 101.
Hey man, I'm telling you, man, and that was
QR where is it?
That was $100 worth of game what I just gave you. But
the wine, I thought you were gonna say funky wine.
That's
please don't give him any ideas.
Well, I mean, I got the ideas though. You know what I'm saying? Funky wine, man. Funky,
red, but it got to be red.
Well, yeah, because that's what I'm on. I'm a Merlot guy, so yeah. So funky wine. That's
okay. All right.
Funky.
let it funk you up, baby. But that's what's up, though, man.
You got a moving picture like Snoop Dogg had on his.
But yeah, man, that definitely been a dope time, man. Definitely been a dope conversation, man. Lou Paul, I know I say this before, man, but I really mean it this time.
What is it?
I think this is gonna be the best episode.
Okay, man. Yeah, it's juicing.
I really mean it. I meant it then, but I really mean it now.
Yep. Well, I don't know, man. It's like every time we get the guests, it just goes up and up.
So. Goes up another round higher.
Episode was hilarious, bro. Boda, he don't have all the screws, bro. That dude is hilarious.
Man, shout out to Bo Dub.
Shout out to little brother Bo Dub, man. But yeah, man. So man, let's get back into it, man. We was talking about some good stuff, man, earlier. This is a question that Lou Paul normally asks, but I'm gonna ask it this time, man. So just coming up, so now now you're older, now you're a little bit more established. Was it hard for you coming up, getting those gigs or being able to make those calls, and what was that like a hard process going through at first?
I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. When I started doing my stuff as an artist, I would see dreams and stuff of some of the stuff that where I would be at. It's like when I first, and this is still something I talk about with my homeboy. I remember I did my first concert, and some people that we talked about earlier came and was laughing at my concert.
Wow.
Was laughing in the audience. Paid the money to get in, everything, and laughed. And I was like, okay, you know. And I just take that with me. Like, I'm like, okay, bet.
Motivation.
But the crazy thing is the next day, so we did that show. We did my debut show. The next day, we drove to Louisiana because I had a show there. I don't know how this stuff happened.
Yeah.
I had a show in Louisiana with a guy, and rest his soul. He invited me out there the next day. So I'm there. Next week, we did.
This is just off jump, just people just randomly.
This is when I first came. The first thing
because at this point, and no pun intended, you've gone from you transitioned from futuristic sounds to I transition. Yeah. And this is now when you're coming out as a front man. Right. So then I moved the futuristic sounds to my band. Gotcha.
So that was the name of the band. So then the next week, I had this Six Flags.
I remember
so
that.
the lady, shout out to Lady Diamond, y'all might say Freeman, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
She gave me a lot of opportunities, bro. And every time I see her, it's all love. I'm hugging her, all that, like her family, all that. But she said, "Hey, since I want you to open up the show." So the next week I did Six Flags. My family, everybody came. Like it was dope. I did that. Okay, it was cool. Great show. And so I played bass for her.
Yeah.
And then I sung, then I played bass for her. But I had brought my whole team. Like everybody, we got in there with the flash passes. And bro, nobody was, that was back when nobody was tripping on getting paid.
Right.
But like, I had like a little something, bro. But I said, hey, we get the flash passes, you get in Six Flags for your food cover.
Yeah.
So everybody was lit. We gave it all. So we did 2 shows that day at Six Flags. The next week, somebody called me about a song on the record. They wanted to record the song. It was just happening back to back.
Right.
So some of this stuff I didn't think it was gonna happen like that because how things went that night. And so once I'm saying now I'm older now, one of the things that I and I'm trying to say this delicately, but like some of the events that I was going to, and I'm not saying it was intentional because I hope they weren't, but like some of the events I was going to, the sound wasn't right. Like everybody else, they get up there, they stuff was right.
And then,
I get up there, the sound wasn't right.
Yeah.
My guitar didn't work. Time after every time,
Man,
or this happened or this happened. So with a person that's contingent on a live show, this was huge to me. So some of the shows I did was trash. Like I couldn't. Yeah. It wasn't.
You had no control over
it.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna even say trash, but it wasn't like Leandria or Cardi or Cardi getting up there. That's just I don't need no music or nothing. I'ma just so it wasn't nothing like that. I needed every element. So I was losing a lot. But even through those I formulated, and you can appreciate that. I know you can appreciate it. I formulated my stuff off of Israel because A, I was playing guitar. Nobody was doing that except for Tim Clifton.
Right.
B, Ty Tribbett.
Yeah.
Because what people don't understand is when Ty first came out, GA was everywhere with him. So they would be at small churches that see 20 people. 50 people, whatever. So I said, I'm going to take my team everywhere. We just going to smack. That was my mindset. And I told them, I said, if you're going to play with me, you're going to rock with me, let's go. And everywhere we go, we gonna go hard. So that's what was happening, even with messed up sound, all that stuff. Then I started learning how to use stems and stuff. Well, Luke first. But then I started, okay, I'm going to do this. So we were just going places. And so then I wasn't offended when people was just booking me just for the band. I wasn't tripping because I'm like, that's cool.
Right.
But then I would see people singing my words when I get up there. Oh, you know the song, so you listening to it.
Yeah.
You're not sharing it or nothing, but I can see you singing a song. You feel what I'm saying?
That kind of segues into another question that I wanted to ask you, man. You came out, man, with some legit bangers. One of them being Won It All, another one being Undefeated, man. Like I said, bangers, man, and to the point to where these have become like Easter Sunday anthems, right? How does it feel? Well, it's a 2-part question. Okay. One, when did you first start noticing that youth choirs around town and stuff like that were singing your music? You know what I'm saying? One, and then two, what's that feeling like to see people singing and memorizing the words to something you wrote?
Oh man, so
try not to cry.
Like I told you, and it just sound deep, but I literally dreamt. I saw stuff in the dreams. So Won It All, I wrote. It was in my sleep. I saw myself singing that song in a room full of people, and I just. I gotta find it, and I'm gonna bring it back to y'all.
Okay.
But I remember I came across it. It gave me chills when I'm talking about it. I remember the voice recording. I came across it one day. It was crazy recently, and I remember it sounded like I was sleeping. I was like, I remember I got out of bed and I went to the bathroom and recorded it.
Oh wow!
And so like I was just like, yo, this like. Okay, whatever. So I recorded it, and that was done. And so then when I started singing it, and this is the crazy part. So shout out to Brendan John. There's a song that he had called "Jailbreak Me." So I had asked him. I said I had a live recording. That was my first legit live recording. It was way out, bro. It could sit 150 people. I literally came out and every seat was packed.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I had I'm gonna say some heavy names. I asked Billy Mitchell, shout out to him. I asked him to put some singers together for me. He brings Mandy. He brings Whitney Jackson. He brings Jeremy. He brings these.
Yeah, monsters.
And I walk in into rehearsal. I'm like,
Oh.
I can't sing like y'all. I can't sing like y'all. Like,
right.
I'm gonna be 100.
Yeah.
Bro, we got you.
Yeah.
So there was a song called Jailbreak. So I was doing that. Won It All was a add-on to the song.
Okay.
That wasn't even like, because I had the song, but I hadn't wrote it all the way out.
Got you.
I was going to add it on
a concept
to that song. We get to the recording, and we get to the song. We sung it, and Brendan's song did great. I get to the Prince of Peace through the nation. You have won it all for me. We came in with it, and I still got the recording from that night.
Yeah.
People were going crazy in that room. You literally hear people say,
"Oh,
yeah, all of it."
Your mama was there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can show you. I can let you hear it. And it's just crazy. We sung that song. Were you there? I want to say you were.
I want to say I was.
We sung that song for about 18 minutes.
See.
We stopped and it kept
going.
It, and then boom, and they brought the floor on the floor back, and like people was like, "There got to be a standalone song."
Yeah.
So then I wrote it as a full song, and then I started getting hit up by people saying, "Hey, I want to record the song. I want to." And at that time, me being, and I'll say naive, I'm like, "This is my song."
Yeah.
This is my song. When I didn't understand the business like that at first.
Man, I think that's another thing a lot of people need to learn about, like songwriting. You know, if it's your song, you could let other people use along with you using it as well.
Sing it and you still on. But so I was just like, I'm naive. Like, no, I'm not giving it. And I had a church, a big church here. Asked me for the song, and I'm like, no, that's my song.
That's crazy.
And so I probably missed my blessing on it, but
shame on you.
I get that out, so I do that. That was, I think now 6-7 years ago. I was sitting on the bed, and we were watching TV, and I said, man, I just want to write a song. I was playing the guitar. So I played these chords, and I was watching Family Guy, which was really
Yeah.
And so then I'm just like, every day and so I was like, you are undefeated. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and record this or whatever. Because I just want to record a song. When I recorded that, it just took feet. Like people was like, I remember the first time.
Find out Family Guy inspired a gospel song.
Every time I tell that story, people like, what in the world? But like, that's how it came. I was sitting there watching Family Guy. Me and Mika was watching Family Guy. And so I had that song, and then I saw people still asking for $1, and I was like, no. Undefeated came out, and then people was covering it. Like, I remember I saw, and some of them don't sound good, but you don't care.
You don't care because it's your music and they're singing it.
Sure.
So
they singing it, man.
Yeah, so I first saw somebody sing $1, and it blew my mind. Then I saw somebody sing Undefeated, and I was like, okay, they got the phrasing is wrong, but I'm excited that they're singing it. Then people showing me the kids, and then people started.
Our kids did it too.
Yeah, our kids did it.
Yeah.
And so like people start inviting me places to sing the song. So I'm at small, big meeting church. Like I'm up here singing this song. I'm like, what in the world? And so then I see people singing it, and it's just like, it was a shock. Like, whoa, this is crazy. But then when I saw Potter South sing Undefeated, I was like, wow. Somebody said, Yo, I just saw your song. I'm like, man, please.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
That's like
2014
song on the radio the first time.
2000. You remember when I got pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And I had my miscarriage.
Yeah.
I literally on Spotify. I don't have Spotify anymore, but on Spotify, you even though you're not paying for it, you can still see your playlist.
Yeah, right.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Your song won it all for me.
Yeah.
I would sit at my desk and just be crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is still on when I think about my baby or whatever. Like, I never told you this before.
Yeah.
Your song is literally probably number 1 or number 2 on their playlist.
Wow.
Literally had it on rotation. I'm gonna tell you how big it was. My mom and my dad, I would be in my room and I would listen to. Ironic that you said you aligned with Israel, because literally back to back, it was Israel Houghton song and won it all.
Wow, that's crazy.
Back to back, like that got me through.
That's crazy.
And so every now and then I'll go and I listen. If I get down or whatever, I think about my baby, I literally go and listen.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know I never told you that, but
crazy.
that's why that song is dear to my heart.
That's crazy.
I mean, they are definitely bangers, man. They're definitely bangers. Like you really did your thing with those. Just the whole, just the production and everything. Me personally, because I do know you re-recorded.
Great guy.
Yeah.
I remember you told me. Like, I like the other one.
I like the original better. Great guy. That was another one.
You told me that.
I was like. So I'm gonna ask this last question. Then we. You know what? No, I'm gonna skip that question because I time is winding up. But you said something earlier, and I have to ask this question. We have to have this conversation because we give game on here, right? You mentioned changing up your style a little bit because you were trying to appeal to another audience, right? So just real quick, and of course that even though this is gospel music, right? Yeah. There's still a business aspect to it, right? And when you're tapping into the business part of it, of course you have the love of music, you have the ministry part of it, you have all that, but there's still a business aspect. Right. So was that pretty much you saying, kind of like why? And I hate the word secular, but why secular music want to try so hard to cross over, to pop and stuff like that is because, the support from our side of the track wasn't really there. Right. And was it more so it was that and you saw more support from the other side of the track? From a business aspect.
Well, I never really looked at it business-wise at that time because I always here's my and this is gonna be game for y'all, for whoever listening. I never looked at it money-wise because I knew it would come. But this is crazy, but back then I said, if people sing your song at their church, that's gonna create everything, the revenue, the word of mouth, whatever. So I wanted to make it, the simplicity of it, I wanted to make it work in crossover.
Gotcha.
Everything else will follow.
Gotcha.
Because if they book you, then it's gonna go down. But I said I want both to be able to sing it. And that's back, and I said and radio was still popping back then. But I said, if we get it, I'm going to bypass radio. And shout out to Carmina Barnett, because she was the first one to ever spin my music. Great God. And that opened up a lot of doors as well. But when I said, this was me thinking, and this is way back business sense for me, I said, if I get it in churches, they'll do the work for me.
Gotcha. Yeah,
that's smart.
They'll pass it around. They'll sing it and now social media is so prevalent that it's word of mouth. Like you post it, like people send videos to me, and I'll show you one off camera because this one was, a little bit of a challenge. But people send me stuff like, I'm like, they singing a song. That's cool. But that's happening. So this is I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna push a game. So I started getting into the back part of it. So there's a thing that people use at churches called Planning Center. There's a number on there, the CCLI number. Okay, a lot of people don't use it. And I can't say black churches, but a lot of people don't use it. They just upload the song in there, right?
Okay.
There's a part in there where you can search the name of the song, and then when you click it, it'll say All Things New Ty Trippin'.
Yeah.
You click his name, boom, it comes up. It'll show the CCLI number. It's almost like a barcode. My stuff is registered with BMI. It's with Sound Exchange, all that stuff. Like it is locked in with that. Well, I never knew about CCLI, right? So I learned about it from just some other worship leaders or whoever, artists. But when I started, I heard about it from them. But when I started going to conferences and traveling and doing all this and seeing other sides of it, I didn't know this. With CCLI, somebody can sing your song online. And you track it and you get paid for it.
Shut
So
up.
I'm out here like, people singing my song. Woo.
So if you're not registered, then you're not.
Registered.
Wow.
You doing charity.
Free money.
So
charity.
I learned that, and I said, oh crap. Now everybody can't just get CCLI.
Yeah.
You got to show proof that people singing your music.
Yeah.
I just got registered with them last year, and they sent me a check. So I said, it's working.
Wow.
Somebody's singing it. So it's listed in the Planning Center.
Yeah.
This is the boom, boom, boom.
Royalties.
I don't know if it's with Making Away.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't care what they sing, which one of my songs they sing. And I'm grateful that all of them on the radio. Making Away is doing a bunch of stuff. They got picked up by another artist.
Making Away for me. That's another one. Man.
Dope.
I still own that, but somebody is recording it. They recorded it on it, and it's somebody.
That's a good thing to
So
bring
you
up,
learned
man.
from your previous.
Yeah, I learned.
That's important.
All that stuff, man. And that's a whole nother episode.
Bro, that's game.
I learned it like, oh crap, like, I can. So even if they don't catch it, right? If you see it and send it to me, I can send it to them. It's like, here's a video of somebody singing my song, blah 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 blah. Turns into revenue.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So it goes back to, I was speaking this before I even knew what the heck I was talking about.
Yeah.
So when I said them singing it in churches is what
The
I'm
rotation,
concerned about.
I hope y'all taking notes out there.
Man, listen.
Pen and paper.
So that's just how it goes. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
good
great game.
nugget.
Crazy.
I don't think anybody has talked about that.
I've never heard.
Yeah, I
of
learned
that.
about that like a few years ago. Doing stuff with production and learning
Right.
stuff, especially like when you're doing stuff like learning stuff about doing with TV and film.
Right.
You start getting learn a lot of stuff about that.
Right. But
Pretty much what he just said. People talk to people and listen. Network.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do a lot of reading, bro.
Read.
Yep, that too.
I'm subscribed to a lot of
Yep, information,
Yeah.
reading the
my
information,
dad
learn a
always
lot of
said,
stuff.
if you're gonna be a part of something, make sure you're eating from wherever. I said, man, I started getting more and more into this, and so I subscribe to so much stuff, and it just put me on game. There's some of the stuff that people send license it, like, hey, submit this for a movie or submit this. Like all of that stuff, man. I got into all of that. Like people don't tell you, and some people won't tell you this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And
you just gotta go.
Also, it's like rules and policy. You can't just send money. I mean, send music to these companies. There's certain ways about doing it.
You got to be legit. You have to have you pay. Like I said, man, it's so many dope cats missing like legit revenue because they don't have like the BMI ASCAP. Even going back to like stuff like your LLC, your assumed name, DBA, like all of the EIN numbers and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That it's the business part that unfortunately a lot of people. The talent is there. Yeah. The talent is there, but it's like
the business not.
Because you can't even get paid off of BMI or ASCAP if you don't have a legit business name.
Yeah.
And people don't know that. You can't get paid for publishing if you don't have that.
Right.
I learned the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah, because you sitting there wondering, hey, where my money at? ASCAP, BMI, and it's like, nah, man.
No, you got to go through a whole process. And the crazy thing about that is, I didn't even know some of the stuff I play on or submit music to. Half the time you don't know. You don't play on stuff. You don't play on stuff. Yeah. You don't sung on stuff. You don't know where the heck is who's going. They don't tell you. You know, and so you just show up to the studio and you play, and next thing you know, oh crap, Erykah Badu got that on.
Right.
So I was sitting at home one day and I get a check from BMI. And it says Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. I was like, what the? I don't even know. And it's crazy. This is crazy. So y'all didn't even know this. This is crazy. I'm like, what is it? They play Undefeated on the show.
On what show?
It was on an Adult Swim show. Like I cannot believe
you
that.
and these.
I cannot
believe
it.
Crazy.
You and these
cartoons. You never know, man.
You never know. And I posted it on before. I don't know if y'all remember. I posted it. I just couldn't believe it.
Damn,
I got the stuff.
Yeah.
I like, dang, I ain't framed it, but I still got that. That was my first one. And I was like, how? But what? I don't even know.
That's crazy.
Because you say you submitted it to somewhere?
I don't even know. I didn't know what happened, but it shows you at the bottom. They got it. It shows. It said Undefeated. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, whoa. And I got 2 of those checks, so it happened twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't even like. I don't know, bro. Like, I just
I did. So a few years ago, I was making like music for like TV film stuff. Yeah. And I was looking up stuff online, and I was just submitting stuff to different, I guess, websites or companies. And then this guy just, out the blue, just contacted me. He from California. Yeah. And he like, we want to use your music for this and that. And then I'm like, that's cool. But then he sent me back, I need an underscore, and this need to have a stinger. And I'm like, what the heck is an underscore and a stinger? So I had to look it up and try to figure out. And then he also sent me some examples of music that they already have. So I had to go listen to that, figure out what that was. So once I figured out, I said, okay, so yeah, man. Yeah, they have certain things.
Sometimes they will use lingo, and some people not gonna tell you. And it's okay. I ask questions. I don't care if I look like the dope.
Ask all of them. All of them.
Some of that stuff, I've just came back and boom, and then I benefited from it. Like, oh, okay, I didn't know that at first, but this is what it is.
Man, that's so much dope game, man. We definitely appreciate you for putting us on game, man. Like I didn't even know some of that stuff, man. But we got to keep it pushing real quick, man. We got to get to the recurring segments, man. Got to get to the recurring segments, man, and then we got one more question about a new venture that that we got coming up. But anyway, we got a recurring segment on our show called Top 5, man. This is I'm gonna give you a question, and you're just gonna give us your top 5. You know what I'm saying? Top 5 or whatever. So
no, in no specific order.
And in no specific order, and let the man let the man answer, right? So, top 5. My question to you is, what is your what is your top 5 Mark Ayers songs?
Oh, I'll say already recorded because I got some new stuff that I really love. Making the Way is first. You Were There, Great God.
Okay.
Yeah, You Were There.
And Want It All.
You got one more.
You got one more.
And it's got Undefeated not in my top 5. So,
Really?
It's not like one of my favorite songs.
Really?
But that's pretty much. I only got 4. I don't got 5.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Really? You first of all, you're the first person that declined number 5. Second,
I only have a 5.
really? Because Undefeated is one of them ones.
I mean, yeah.
That's crazy.
People always request that song, but I don't be wanting to do it.
Really?
No.
Really? When you first put it out, what's up?
Well, it's not your song, but I have this video saved on my phone of you. You were at some church.
He was singing "I Will Get There." I Will Get There. Not even.
No.
Oh, you talking about when I was in Austin when I did Our God. I know what you're talking about.
Because I tell you about it?
So you had coming.
That was this when you did, because you looked at the band and you was like you playing, you messing with me. You said and I will see how great is I, and you said da 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 da. You remember that?
Yeah.
I literally. You don't have to put it in your top, but the arrangements you come up with other people's songs,
he come up with some
crazy. I literally played that video just for that one part, and the crowd went crazy. I was like, yeah.
You know who I really channel that after is PJ Morton. I just want to be, because I hear a lot of stuff in my head.
Yeah.
And just because I don't do a bunch of runs don't mean I can't do them.
Yeah.
I just it's the execution of them. There's a lot of people that's bold.
Yeah.
That will try it and
yeah.
I'm not that guy. I don't want to lose. I'm not
Hillary Banks.
I don't like losing, bro. Right. So and that's, hey, you want to try this, shoot. But I want to be as bold, because you remember PJ when he first came out, he wasn't like that.
He wasn't doing none of that.
PJ came back and he played everything. He sung everything he played. Yeah. I want to be that bold. Yeah.
I got you.
Because I hear it in my head. So that's what I was doing in that video. Yeah. Because that was my first time playing with Jaren. I think that. No, Darrell Porter. Shout out to him. Y'all hear some more from him later.
Yeah.
On the live show. But he was playing and he was going somewhere. And I heard that turnaround in my head, and so he came back and played it, and it was magic.
You could feel it through the video.
Yeah, so
nice.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. All right, so my next question is, so we have another recurring segment called playing off key or playing in the wrong key. So this is our version of what grinds your gears. What's that one pet peeve that you like? What's playing off key to you? What's that one pet peeve that you got as a musician, artist that's like, nah, that's in you playing in the wrong key, bro.
This is me. I got a billion, but I'm picking one.
Yeah.
My main one is we were talking about earlier about details.
Okay.
When you text somebody for a gig.
Yeah.
Are you available? Blah blah. You know me. I'ma hit you and say, hey, this is what it is. Are you available this day? Yeah. I have to sing here, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I don't want your first question to be, how much is it?
Okay.
Or what's the pay? Like that, I don't want that to be your first question if I left that out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm going to give you everything. Say, hey, blah, blah, blah. This is what I got to sing this day, blah, blah, blah. Can you do it? Then, whatever. If we come back and forth with it, then, okay, do you know what the pay is, bro? But, like, just the first thing you say, hey, bro, blah, 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 what's the pay? And it's like, I'm getting
Is that from a ministering or your ministering part of you? Because you're the first musician. I'm going to say this. You're the first musician that done been on here that done said that.
Because of course, it's not my playing off key, but I slightly disagree.
No, I know it's worded. So let me word it better, okay?
Okay.
For me, because I know people they want full out, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm just saying, hey, I'm trying to get your availability, I got this, and then it's like, if you come right out with it,
you know that it's about that,
And the people that operate with me all the time, you know, that they know me. They know I'm gonna say, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is. So it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like I'm still typing. It's like one of them things.
Yeah.
Like I haven't finished typing, and it's like, what's the pay?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like kind of cutting you off, and then that's a turn off for you.
Yes, turn off for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm gonna tell you everything right up front. You know what I'm
Okay.
I
see.
If I'm still typing and I don't say, for the first part, you available this date, and I'm coming back and I'm typing blah 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 because this and that. What's the pay?
Yeah.
I know you see the bubble right here. Hold
on. Unless they have an Android.
Like, well, it's on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people on Facebook. You see the lines right there. Hold on. So I think it's just like being
okay. That makes a little
in
bit
perspective.
Because for me, if I'm if I'm hiring someone, I treat people the way I want to be treated, right? So and like I said, you know that as well. Like I want 4 main details: time, date, location, and pay.
Right.
That's what I want in that first message.
Right.
That's me, and like that's what I'm gonna give in that first message.
Right.
Then I'm gonna say, I say, are you available or interested? Yeah. And then so I give you all of that info. Then at that point you can, you know what I'm saying.
But even me and you have had an interaction. Yeah. Interactions of. Yeah. Hey, bro, how you doing? You good? Boom. Yeah. Hey, I got it. We got the Freeman tonight. Oh, we got high and tight. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And now I see and I think it goes along with what you were just saying. Yeah. I think it's a little bit different. I think that's a little bit different. It's relationship, family, and I don't use that word loosely. You know what I'm saying? But then I think another part about that is, if I'm calling you for a gig that we've played before, at that point you already know the details because we've done that before. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you mentioned Freeman. You posted one of my favorite clips from Funk Your Feelings. You were there that night and you went live.
Oh yeah.
And we had Indigo on, and she was singing. She was singing Respect. And
shout out to Indigo.
Shout out to Indigo Jones. Yeah. And so Mark was actually on bass that night.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was on bass that night, man, and out of nowhere we just came up with this arrangement for Respect. To this day, and it was like a
Mark, you lost.
I gotta remember it.
We'll pull it up when we done, bro. That one hands down, and she cause and I had a full stage that night. Oswald was on keys. I believe it was the Gummy Bear Dwayne Berry on drums. D'Anthony was there.
Was J-Jack on guitar?
J-Jack was on guitar. Yeah. You were on bass, and D'Anthony was on EWE. Okay. And bro, we came up with this arrangement. To this day, I will not do that song. I will not touch because it was just so dope, man. Like
what you want, baby, I got what you need. Do you know I got all of my skin? It's for a little respect. I ain't gonna do you wrong, 'cause I don't wanna. I ain't gonna do you wrong, 'cause I don't wanna. All of my skin is for a little respect.
And it was like this. It was just this groove that we did to it, man.
I remember vaguely now.
And it was one of those moments. It was just one of those musical moments that I was like, bro, Like I can't just sit here and try to recreate this with somebody else, bro. It has to be that again.
Right.
Like like even to this day, I don't even have respect in my my set list, you know, and it would have to be that again. But yeah, you was because I think you came up with that bass line, and everybody else just kind of followed you. And everybody just locked in,
So
and
was this a rehearsal? Was
No.
it just right on
this
the
was this was the show.
This was right at the
no
show.
man, and it just that
And
that
people
wasn't
went
rehearsed.
crazy.
Dude.
You. I think I remember you. I wasn't there, but I saw the video. Indigo did some type of run, or she did something, and you either yelled at her, sing girl, or you hit her with your towel
threw
or
something at
something.
her.
Probably.
I think you threw something.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, like because it was her to sit, and then like we broke it all the way down, and she came
the
in with
music,
this run.
yeah.
Oh man, but Mark was on bass that night, man.
Yeah.
and we you hadn't done that all show. I was waiting on.
I knew
it
it was gonna come.
And but yeah, man, that was just a dope musical moment that we had that night. All right, man, we got what's up?
I changed my grind girl, my grinder girl. I changed it.
What's up?
That's one of them still.
Yeah,
Without being pushy.
He said, "You gotta let this one out. Let it out,
I
Doc."
had to get that off my chest.
This is what I hate. I hate when we post in the DFW Shed group. I hate when people.
Let's talk about it.
Come on, group members.
I hate it when folks say, for more details, inbox me. And people be on there just talking and posting.
Oh, just comments out of comments.
Everybody, I think it's like
People do
I
not
think I
read.
see-
I promise they don't.
Like recently, I see one time Gummy was said, "Hey, inbox me and I'll connect you with the person whose gig it is.
Yeah.
What's the details? What's the pay?
Yeah.
Where is it at? Like,
Yeah.
bro.
And you know what? So it's funny. It's funny because I just talked to him today.
Yeah.
And he was talking about talking about that same thing, and he actually has he has a great perspective. He was like, when I post something like that, and I give you specific instructions on what to do,
Right.
and you don't follow those instructions,
Yeah.
that make me feel like you're not gonna listen. Period.
Right.
That made me feel like, okay, I'm gonna give you instruction on this gig, and because this is simple. Or shoot me a video.
Right.
But then you talking about, well, bro, just go look on my page. No, shoot like.
And what is it about, like, if you asking for an R&B gig, you say shoot you a video, a nigga will send you a shout video. Like,
Nah, fact. You don't pay. You don't listen, bro.
Like, no.
You don't pay attention because that's totally different.
R&B gig and they shoot you a
We
praise break.
Pop gig it is.
And you know it's funny.
You're not even feeling the shout joint.
But you know what though? I'm so happy I grew out of that because like all my gigs, I used to want to go to some type of. I'm so happy I grew out of that because now that's very annoying.
Yeah.
Well, going to church.
Yeah, it's like, bro, we're singing the way.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the way.
Yeah.
There's no need for a praise break right here, bro.
Man.
All right, man. So the last question on the current segment we got is called Gig Tales, man. So you know, without being too saucy or too spicy, man. Like, what's that one gig story that you got, or that one moment or whatever that you got, man, that you want to talk about? One of your either favorite and or least favorite moments in this good old music world.
I'm gonna tell you something that changed my perspective and changed my mind and enlightened me on production and arranging vocals and all of that. The first time, this was like a couple years back, I got invited to a Kirk session, and I was just a fly on the wall. And everybody always talk about, man, Kirk can't do this, he vocally that. What people don't understand is dude putting all of that together, all that sauce together. But what I remember, like, he had 5 sopranos, 5 altos, 5 tenors in the middle. And they were doing this song for Soul Train Awards. He had, this was right after, I can't even remember right now. But he had to change the song because the song he couldn't get it cleared by the estate of the person that was passed on. So he wrote this song like the night before. Like, amazing. And as he told us this story, and so you know the song that was on Shrek, the Hallelujah.
Oh yeah. Hallelujah.
Yeah. That song.
Hallelujah.
So he had did a song and used a soundbite of that. Well, you know that week, Soul Train Awards was like 2 weeks coming after for it to come up. Well, Kirk had did a song with that in there. Hallelujah, hallelujah, whatever. So
I think I heard.
they couldn't get it cleared by the estate.
Okay.
And because he had just passed.
Yeah.
So he said, man, he was hurt by it too because Kirk worked hard. He wrote this other song. He said, hey, I'm gonna let y'all hear. I'm gonna still let y'all hear the Hallelujah song, and it was amazing. And so he said, well, this is another song, and the way. And when you go to a Kirk session, they don't sing you music before. The ones I've went to, he teaches on the spot.
Okay.
So he teaches it, boom, he plays it, puts everybody in the vocal booth.
Yeah.
He was teaching the vocals, he was singing the stuff, boom, and it wasn't great.
Yeah.
That's okay, I get it. The way he ran that session was amazing. Like I don't just use amazing.
Yeah.
I got chills seeing how this man ran. Like, this is why you're the GOAT.
Yeah.
And so I remember specifically, it's 555, right?
Yeah.
He stops the song. He said, because he has the same engineer that's on salary. He stops him. He says, if somebody in the tenor, somebody is sharp, sing your part. Boom. How do you hear that with 15 people singing?
Yeah.
It's one, he pinpoints it.
Man, that's one thing I noticed about Kirk, man. Like, on his records, even live, he have, like, the best vocal blend.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
yeah, he had his blends be on point, man.
Here's the crazy thing about it, because we did a session with him today, and it was none of the regular people that he used, like the DDs and all of them, because they unmatched. But it's crazy. Now, when I say this, it's, but it still had his signature with a room full of singers that weren't those singers. You can still,
say,
identify,
oh, that's Kurt.
Yeah.
That's Kurt. But me seeing him, fly this. Okay, I like this. Oh, I just came up with an idea. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all got it. Let's do it again. Blah, blah, blah. Ready? Let's record it. Boom, 2, 3. And it's just like, I left that session.
It's efficient.
Like, and you're not gonna be there all night.
Yeah.
They knock it out.
Dope.
I get in the car that night. I didn't listen to me. I had a 30-minute drive home. I did not listen to anything that night. My mind was still blown from that session.
Yeah.
It changed my life. I went home and recorded some stuff.
Yeah.
One of the songs, it was one of the songs on the record, but I went home and I was just like, what do I do with? I'm
what
just that guy.
This information.
Like you said, I went to that concert.
Yeah.
I soak it all in, and I just was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Seeing this firsthand, it's not a show.
Yeah.
He's just regular. He walks in and it's just boom. So it changed my life and my perspective and how and then the way he records vocals, it was similar to how I do it. So I was like, wow, that made me feel like, man, it just changed my life. So that was just
dope.
Every time I talk about it, it's just I bring myself back to that room. And then he was like, he played the song, and he said, "What do you think about it?" Like he asked me, like, "What do you?" I'm like, "I think. Don't tell me what you think about it for real." And like for a GOAT like that, Peon, like, what do you think? Like, tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like all of those things that it changed my life, man.
That's what's up, man.
That's
dope.
dope.
Now that's a gig tale right there, bro.
For real.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So.
Well,
Man, listen.
I gotta say, man, this has been a fantastic episode.
Man,
Yes.
listen.
On and off the record.
Nah, man, listen. All right. You feel me?
And great and
Mama.
yeah, man.
Hey.
Mama.
I don't know.
Been great jokes, informative and inspiring at the same time.
Man, listen, man. But I mean that embodies who Mark.
Yeah.
Get out of here, this Lucius
Boy,
spirit.
it done made
Lucius spirit out here.
Where's the Savior?
Right.
Where's the oil?
Right. The blessed oil. Does blessed oil expire?
No, you know what? I've always thought that, but I don't think
It's blessed.
I feel like at one point in time, Progressive had the same blessed oil up there for 20 years.
For real.
Hey,
think
when they
that's
start
everywhere
singing
now.
flat, I think that's when it's time to change.
Okay, that's crazy.
Nah, for real.
I used to think that they had to get that from a special store. When I was younger,
whole time it's Walmart.
I used to.
You know what? Her dad used to put he used to put the right amount on our head when he used to pray. But we had another uncle. He was just like, it's like
He just drinks. You ashy. Put some on my lips.
Nah, man, you get that
man.
you get that one who just put too much, man, and
Yeah.
then even if it's the cross, but then it's that little beat.
Yeah,
Man,
Just
just
That's when
be
they praying the
dripping.
longest. So they just
Right,
roll
right.
down.
It's just run down because you don't want to move.
Yeah,
You don't.
You wanna do
Yeah, yeah, but nah, man.
Oh, you wiping the anointing off your
That's
face?
dope, man. Man, if you can talk about it, man, before we get up out of here, man, what you got coming up? What do people need to look for?
Man, we are working on a new record. It's pretty much it was 95% done, but we went back and did a couple other things because there's some pretty cool things happening right now.
Well, you stay re-recording stuff. Quit touching
Man.
stuff, Mark.
So
Quit touching stuff. man.
no. Well, it just had to.
I got you.
Yeah.
Label stuff.
I
So
got
it's
you.
like we're trying to do some things.
Man, we definitely got to get you back, man, because
Most definitely,
we
man.
got to get you back because we definitely want to deep dive into that back door, like I said, the business stuff, the label stuff. You got so much great stuff that we talked about offline.
I'm shocked.
These experiences, man, that you have outside of just going on stage somewhere and play. It's a lot that happens in these rooms on the back end, the phone call, like even being a band leader, the stuff that y'all don't see that we got to deal with when it comes to hiring people, firing people.
Or
You
the
know what I'm
show supposed to
saying?
happen and somebody say they can't show up.
Yeah, like the
Like,
day
oh,
of, no call, no show.
no show.
Like, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, man. So we definitely want to have you back because you're very knowledgeable and experienced when it comes to stuff like that, man.
When you kicking off this Sunday night?
So we just waiting on the guy with the venue, and it's gonna be pretty dope. If any of y'all remember Friday Night Fire.
Friday Night Fire was fire.
Yes.
I did it for like 8 years, and people bug me all the time about bringing it back.
Yeah.
So I want to do it just in a certain different type of way this time. It'll be pretty dope. It'll be at an actual venue. It'll be Sunday nights, but it's gonna start off. We're just gonna do one, and then we'll do 2 each month in the summer. And it'll feature. So what'll be cool about it? And this is stuff we're still working out all the stuff,
Kinks and all that.
contractual stuff, but with the guy and all that. But my idea, let's say this, my idea of it is, of course, so we'll invite we'll have a house band. It'll be inspirational and and Christian. I don't want to put gospel sounds heavy.
Yeah. That's
Sound like
good.
praise
Now
breaks.
it could if it goes in there to a moment or something.
Yeah.
We're not restricting nothing, but it's just heavy to put gospel on stuff. But
I got you.
it'll be that type of feel, and it'll be a house band. We'll have open mic as well. But what's different about this open mic is they have state of the art recording. They have cameras, the multi-track,
Oh wow.
all of that
Dope.
stuff. So in that building, so basically, for a small fee, the person that's doing the open mic will be able to take
What they did
What they
home with them.
record that.
multi-track it on
Oh,
the weekend,
nice.
do the video. That's the stuff that
Okay.
I'm trying to be on.
That is
Yeah.
dope.
So it's just trying to create another wave. And then we'll have food there and stuff like that. But
Food.
we're
I'm in there.
trying to do
Because that's dope. Because in a lot of those situations, you know what I'm saying, you'll have that person. I mean, not so much now, but you have this dope moment and somebody recorded with with a cell phone, but it looked like they recorded it with a
Or
calculator.
they singing in the video.
Yeah, or something
Yeah.
like, or all the moving and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
was
that.
gonna say the
So
moving.
to have that, so to have that perfect moment captured professionally.
Right.
That'll be super dope, son.
And social media rules, content rules, right?
All day.
Yep.
If you're
All
trying to
day.
do anything, you're trying to sell pencils, you need good content.
All day.
So that's my vision of all this. So hopefully we can talk with everything works, or I can take it somewhere else. I'm just
That's dope.
move around.
That's you literally pouring back into.
Right.
You don't hear or see people doing that like consistently. I would say, but where you are literally not thinking about your brand or whatever, but you're like, hey, how can I get other people
use my platform for
right
somebody
to
else.
push somebody else or to help them to have content.
But he's always been that way, man.
Oh yeah,
He's always been a giver backer in the right moment, because again, quality.
Yep.
We want quality too.
Excellent.
Quality over quantity.
And really, one of the underlying rules, one of the underlying reasons for me wanting to do this is because people that do my type of music, we can't just pick up and say, oh, like you got your band, you can call Freeman, you can call here, you can do 20 clubs here, before you even go to Austin,
right,
or wherever.
Yeah,
we don't have many avenues, and we don't. I don't want to do churches all the time. I'm just
for sure.
So you have this avenue, but then what happens is whoever's in town, oh, we need another. We need another gig.
And you see that a lot too.
Boom,
Yeah.
To the spot.
That's what's up.
That's
man.
just the idea behind it. I really wanted to work out with this situation, with who I'm trying to team with. But
come on, who you trying to team with? Make it happen, brother.
Because listen, some people don't even have the means to be able to record themselves or do something on a professional scale.
Yeah,
correct. And so that's one of the reasons why. Yeah.
Look at you.
That's what's up, man.
Granddaddy be proud.
It's a different vibe because we could get, and I know we got to close, but we could get so carried away, or
we don't close like 5 times.
Everybody's doing the same thing.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So I want to create a different wave, and it's still gonna be pointing back to my brand. Like,
of course.
Oh, definitely.
But there's a different wave that I want to set for myself that don't fall right into
the
because then people don't want to come. Because it's like, oh, we can see this over here.
Yeah, we've done that before.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That's what killed me about people do this. I know we gotta go. We keep saying stuff
in my closing.
People
like my past.
People do it.
Closing point.
And Dwight, get out of here.
And so I won't. Which one?
Both.
Because both of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like people do like a showcase, and I won't say no name because I don't want to offend nobody because it's not meant to do that. Yeah. But but it's like people, it's featuring so and so. It's like, bro, I can see so and so at the Freeman for free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Why are we putting special guests on that? But everybody doing the same thing, same way. Like I said, part of why of course everybody got a podcast, but I don't think everybody's doing what we're doing specifically, especially having these in-depth conversations with Dallas Fort Worth artists, so it's like just kind of doing something, and it all leads back to the same thing, of course, but just not doing what everybody else is doing. So we appreciate you for that, man.
Yeah, man. So
it's about that time, ain't it?
Yeah, it's about that great time. We gonna close for real. This
is equivalent to where people are talking and they dap each other up like 5 times before they gotta leave. All right, bro. All right, bro. Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you about Tito?
Y'all sounding like some preachers now.
All right, stop it. All right, man. DFW Shed Sessions. This is another one in the books, man.
Yes, this was dope. Man, gotta have you back.
We'll be back, man. He will definitely be back.
See y'all next episode.
All right. Hey.
That was a hard close.
Hey, and before we go,
I'm gonna say it. You ready?
Let's go.
A man that sleeps on the floor will not fall out of bed.
But also, remember, people, it ain't gonna suck itself. Y'all be blessed.
That didn't even hit as hard as the other one.
Yes, it did. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace out, y'all.